So that article sparked rumors that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded.
Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
Okay.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, I bear witness that Allah is one. Today I want to make a short video about an interview that took place with Floyd Mayweather. He was on a podcast called Real Talk. And when I looked at this video, I'm the type of person that I look at the attitude, what you say, your facial expressions, and I also look at your body language, because that gives me enough data on how you are communicating with me or with somebody else. On this podcast, it was a lady that was interviewing Floyd Mayweather. And the way she was addressing these real estate questions with her attitude and her body language just promoted the envy that's in them for Floyd. Now, why are they envious about Floyd's progress? Because you don't see Trump, you don't see Elon Musk, you don't see these Warren Buffetts, you don't see these billionaires that scrutinize about how they made their millions. If anything, you will make a video of inspiration about how they have made their millions. But why do you hate Floyd so much? For number one, they say Floyd, he can't read. So how is he making all these millions? Again, when you are inspired and has inspiration from God, you have no control on that person's success. And Floyd is able to outmaneuver and outwit the best. So Floyd has to have instructions that's coming from God to do the things that he do, period. And where he come from to where he at is a blessing. It's just that Floyd need to have the knowledge of himself so he can put himself in perfect alignment with God. Because when you have the knowledge of yourself, it's just certain things you just won't say, but, we have to have that. And I'm always express in my videos about the knowledge of ourselves, because that's our armor. That's our armor, period. Now, why do they hate Floyd so much? See, when you have a person, a brother like Floyd, who take his financials into his responsible care, that's a person that has taking control of their life. That's a boss. Now, what Floyd has done was put inspiration in the minds of our people, his people. And it's one thing about us, when we see a good example how to make money and it works and it's legal, we will do it and we will master it. They don't want, this attack is bigger than Floyd. This attack is to kill the image and that inspiration that he's inspiring into our minds, how to become successful and how to invest in real estate. How to use your money and risk it all in real estate. Now, is he really risking his money in real estate? Absolutely not. Because real estate is a necessity. Food, clothing, and shelter are necessities. Real estate, you must have shelter in order to live. So in business, they say that real estate is a high risk. How can real estate be a high risk and real estate is a necessity? No, that should veer you off course of not even thinking about real estate. And every billionaire that I have read, that I know about, has invested in real estate in some form or fashion, or if not, their whole portfolio is real estate. Why do they hate Floyd so much? Because they don't want that new idea, that new image of success. And in that is real estate, for us to put in our minds where we begin to gravitate towards real estate. So what do? Put up false advertisements about Floyd Mayweather. False propaganda about Floyd Mayweather. He's bankrupt. He's broke. And then you have our people that add on to the hypocrisy of what they say about the brother, that he's broke and he's bankrupt. You got 50 Cent that come in and speak negative about it. Why are you speaking negative about this man when he's buying real estate in your city? He's in your city buying real estate. Instead of saying, man, you know what, that's a good thing that Floyd did. That's a brother that's buying real estate. That's an example for us to learn from. But we want to condemn each other when we succeed. That's a hypocrite. We don't condemn nobody else but ourselves. And it's normal to see white people billionaires. It's normal to see them rich. But when we become rich, they try to destroy us at every angle because they don't want that thought to inspire in the youth and us to pursue real estate. Because real estate is what runs the world. If you put a car lot on some property, that's real estate. You put a house on some property, that's real estate. You put a gas station on some property, that's real estate. Even when you building a building, they charge you for the air in real estate. When you building up, they charge you for the air, man. Why they hate that man so much? Why they hate him so much? You know, I don't see what's wrong with a man who made his money and he didn't make it easy, and he took his money and invested his money into things that count. things that matter. What's wrong with supporting somebody like that? When they had the brother on the interview, you should have seen the body language, how she was asking him questions like, you ain't nobody. But see, them are weak, subliminal suggestions that the enemy give us to try to kill our spirit to pursuing greatness. They'll make you feel when you're doing something right that you're doing something wrong. And if you weak, you will be consumed by their weak suggestions. Then you will begin to doubt yourself and say, this is probably not really for me. No, when that happens, you get closer to God and you keep pursuing and moving forward and moving stuff out the way that's in the way. Man, we only got one shot at life. One shot. But we all are inspired by each other, whether we want to say it or not. An image is a lot. An example is great. And when you put that example into your own skin, and you can see your own skin becoming great, you can't exchange that for money. Because you can have a man that's dead broke that see a good example of greatness, and he follow that, and he had become homeless to successful. This is how our minds can be inspired. The movie Rocky inspired some people to box, and some of them became champions by the inspiration of that movie. So when you see a black man or a black woman becoming successful entrepreneurs, what does that inspire in you that you can become a successful entrepreneur legally? No scamming, no stealing, no selling drugs, none of that weak shit. Excuse my expression, but that's weak. No, you earn your success. You earn it. And how you earn it is finding your purpose and moving forward progressively towards that. That's how you earn value in yourself. How they talked to that brother on that video, how she talked to that brother on that video, she tried to make it seem like what he was doing ain't nothing. But if I wish she would have asked her questions, some of the questions she was asking him, I wish she would have returned them questions back to her. And I guarantee you she couldn't even answer them, because she wasn't nothing but a pigeon. She wasn't nothing but a stool pigeon. She was somebody that they put her there to ask him these questions, and they put somebody there that was full of envy for the brother. So when she asked him questions, like, man, you ain't nobody. Why is you thinking about doing something like this? Like, what is your purpose for doing something like this? Don't you know your place, nigga? Nah, we don't know our place, because our place belongs with God. And God produced greatness. And we are the definition of greatness. I don't care what condition that we are in. We are the definition of greatness, because we come from nothing and can build something. We are not handing down wealth. We are not handing down generational wealth. We have to come up with an idea or come up with something that we love to do, and we strive to become successful based on our brute power, strength, and discipline, and character. That's power. And that's how we reach success. So they don't want no image of Floyd being successful. So when you go on YouTube, you'll always find somebody putting up some propaganda about him being bankrupt, or somebody speaking about him being broke, or somebody speaking about him being, just basically financially disabled. That's how they will make it appear about Floyd. But if you notice, Floyd always still holds his composure, because when somebody telling a lie on you, it don't really bother you. But you know that this is, and you have to defend yourself, you know what I'm saying, at times, because you have to put things in its place. But he holds his composure when they saying things about him being bankrupt, because he know it's not true. But why do you keep putting mud on this brother that he's bankrupt? Because the people, you got some people that do not do their research. They can look at a damn YouTube channel and know damn well that's a lie. And they'll take that channel and believe it and share it with a whole bunch of people. It's one thing with the enemy, when he attacks you, the first thing that he attacks is your communication. That's the first thing that he attacks is communication. The first thing, propaganda about Floyd being bankrupt. And you got other brothers come in and say, oh, this is about Floyd. You got our own people that come in and express their opinion about Floyd being bankrupt instead of supporting and protecting your brother. We can't get mad because somebody else invests their money smart and you didn't. We got to understand that God created all of us equal, but he give us different portions. Jesus had different portions. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad had different portions. Allah in the person of Master Fraud Muhammad had different portions. The Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan had different portions. We were created equal, but given different portions. Allah does not put a burden on you beyond your scope. Of course, we are created equal, but could you do the work of Jesus? Could you bear the burden of Jesus? It goes back to God will only put a burden on you beyond your scope, meaning that he will only give you a burden that you can bear. He created us and he knows what we can handle. But the ones that had different portions contributed to humanity, as they should. You know what I don't understand is why we always down in each other. Do you know that's some of the weakest? I can't express how weak that is. Some people love attention. You got men that love, women that love attention, and you got also feminine men that love attention. If you love attention, you kind of like on the, I wouldn't say all shaky side, but what type of man want to be seen all the time, be heard all the time? What type of man want that type of attention around him all the time? True power hides. True power is silent, but true power is also seen without them not even expressing it. True power. I watched Floyd over the years, how he broadcast his fights, how he showed all his money, showed all what he had. There's certain things that you just don't do, you know what I'm saying, because you just don't do it. But that's your life, you earn that, you can do whatever you want to do with it. But it's just certain things that you don't have to show your success. They'll know. But when he broadcast his wealth, he was mocked and ridiculed. I watched Conor McGregor do the exact same thing because what he stole was Floyd's blueprint. I watched him advertise his fights just like Floyd Mayweather advertised his fights. He didn't get condemned. He didn't get criticized. He didn't get mocked. He was actually praised for what he was doing. But when we step out there and flaunt our wealth, in their minds, nigga, who you think you is? Stay in your place. Like I said earlier, we don't stay in our place no more because our place is with God. Allahu Akbar. It's a different black man on this planet today. He's different. He's different. And his purpose is to connect back to his source, and that's God. And when a man is connected back to his source, it removes all superficial fear. Because fear is not even real. You only fear what created you, and that's God. So why do they hate Floyd so much? Because they don't want Floyd to set the example to us as black people how to invest your money. And when you invest your money, invest it in real estate. Because it's one thing that when we go into something, we master it. And we know how to use both sides of our mind. We take shortcuts. You know what I'm saying? We know how to, we reduce this to make this a lot easier. So they don't want to spark that idea that Floyd had and share that energy in the universe back to us. Because you got his sons, his family. That inspires them to go into real estate. That inspires people that he don't even know from his example to go into real estate. And what does that do? Empower us. So this is why, from my opinion, why they hate Floyd. The reason why they hate Floyd is way bigger than Floyd. You can best believe that. It's just so happened Floyd is the one that's invested wisely in real estate, so they have to target the one that's doing it, and it's Floyd. It's the video that I was blessed to make today. And this is my view on the reason why they hate Floyd Mayweather. Your brother, Kabir, legend, Muhammad. Peace.
You're invested alongside Black Spruce, Meyer Orbach, 601 West, Eli Gindi. These are really big names. How have you connected with these folks?
Belief.
Believe? Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, I always wanted to, like I said before, we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, listening is a skill. I talked about Jeff Sutton. I said, Jeff Sutton, I had him in my phone. He owned 190, 170 buildings. I don't really know what the number is. And that was a very long time ago. So what I said to myself was, my ultimate goal is I wanted to do the same thing. So with connecting certain dots, meeting certain people, things happen.